Back in 2003, when Natalie Maines announced at a London gig that the Dixie Chicks were ashamed to come from the same state as President George W. Bush, she set off a firestorm that no one could have foreseen. As well as being branded un-American, the Texas country trio received hate mail and death threats. The ensuing controversy, which saw their audiences dwindle, and the destruction of their albums in public, threatened to ruin their careers.
A lot of people who were around us at the time we were writing didn't know the extent of the backlash. And, you know, we just thought it was common knowledge that, you know, the Red Cross had turned down $1 million donation from us, and that Natalie had gotten a serious death threat, and that people were banning at the corporate level, people were banning our music. You know, that's pretty heavy stuff. And
that's
pretty
un-American, if I may say so myself.
Stung by the backlash, it took them 3 years to emerge with a new album, Taking the Long Way, the lead single of which, Not Ready to Make Nice, marked their attempt to get over their trauma.
I can talk about it without crying now.
That's something.
Yeah, so it's, you know, it was a good thing for us just to get it on paper.
No, it brought us so much closer. I mean, I do think we were disheartened for a while, don't you think, and uninspired. As a musician, if you're not inspired, what's the point? You really have to love what you do to go through what you go through. But I think we knew we'd find it somewhere, you know, and we have each other.
The reward at the end of their long road to recovery came at the 2007 Grammy Awards ceremony, where they scored an incredible 5 awards, including Best Song for Not Ready to Make Nice, Best Record and Best Album of the Year. At last, Natalie was able to let it go.
We're just past that. This is, you know, I totally lost it backstage at the end of it all, and I felt like it was sort of my first cry for the last 3 years.
And Emily was ready to acknowledge that the troubles of the past 4 years had paved the way for their amazing Grammy haul.
Great music comes from inspiration, and what happened to us really drove us to make an album that said a lot, and I think people kind of linked into that because it was a story and it was something beyond the music. It wasn't just songs, it was something that said something, made it political if you read it that way, but a political stance. And so I think people kind of identify with that, you know, and I think you know, maybe that's part of the success, but we will take it any which way it comes.